Something else that can be expensive is getting an emergency plumber to come and unblock your drains. You don't need one if you've got the tools that they use. And this is the sort of thing that the plumbers carry with them. Tom Shepherd's here to explain.
Morning,
Tom,
Simon.
I've had one of these for years.
Yes.
And they really do rescue you when you've tried all the other things.
Absolutely, they're incredible. I mean, a lot of the people actually tend to use these sorts of things, chemicals that you put down. They don't really always work, and also they're not great for the environment as well.
Be very expensive.
Yeah,
and
very
the other
expensive.
thing you buy is these compressed air cans.
Yes.
And they're kind of like one use. You turn around, you spend it and go,
that's
and it hasn't worked. Let's go back to the shop and get another one.
Absolutely. So what this is, it's a pneumatic cleaner, Simon. So you get all the different fittings on the end as well. And how it works is you pump this up like so. That puts compression into there, and this there then moves, it flexes around. You've got different ends for the toilet, you've got ones for the kitchen sink, you've got them for the bath, you've got them for the shower. Now, when you pull the trigger, it gives a shot of air and pushes it down. Now, you're not clearing using air, you're clearing using water. So you're going to push the water around the pipework. So let me show you how it works. So here you can see, underneath this sink, we've got a U-bend. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually push some things down there to show you and see if I can try and clog this up.
So this is what...
I mean, this is a serious sort of demo.
It could be bits of toilet paper and bits of toothpaste.
Could be bits of
food,
you know,
bags.
Yeah, toothpaste tends to stick their hair. Hair's a nightmare. Now, you see there?
Blocked.
Right into that U-bend there.
That's the worst place to get it stuck.
That is where it always happens, OK? Now, what tends to happen then is... In fact, let me just pump this up to make sure it's pumped up first. Yes, I've already pumped it. You're then going to turn the tap on. So just... Imagine this is the tap.
And then we're
going to put some water into there.
Draining.
Now look how the water's all backing up and it's not going through. What you tend to find sometimes is then the sink slowly leaks or the shower slowly leaks. Now, what you're going to do, take your pneumatic cleaner. Now, it might not clear it the first time, so don't worry. Place it over the sink like so and pull the trigger. Now, when you let go...
Oh, look, the water came out and flushed it away.
As simple as that. No harmful chemicals at all.
Now, I've got the technical questions for you here. If you've got an overflow, all the air is going to come out the overflow. What do you do with that?
You mean on the sink at the top there? Well, you could just cover that up.
With a cloth?
With a cloth, even your hand, maybe plunge it that way to stop the air coming back through.
And if you pump it more, do you get more pressure?
You do, but you don't need to, if I'm honest. I mean, you'll get to a point where you've fully sort of pressurised that.
And then that's
it
when
won't
you go.
And you don't really need to. I mean, I pumped that, what, 3-4 times, I'd say there? You don't need to do it a lot. Let the tool do the work. Like I've just said there, though, what you might find is when you press the trigger once, it doesn't clear it. So let me try and do that for you. I'm going to try and see if I can make it do that for you. So, same thing again. Now, remember, this could be hair, Simon, could be toothpaste, could be bits of food in your kitchen sink. You might have got a caravan, you might have got a motorhome. They always block up.
Well, they've got tiny, narrow drains, haven't they?
Tiny, narrow drains, and also, if you don't park them bang level, you've not really got a lot of gravity there, you know, to help pull it away. So, same thing again. Let me push that down there.
So you're really getting that compressed in.
Yeah, so let me just see now, pour some water in, see if we can block it up. Again, same demonstration. Again, we're turning the tap on.
OK, so there's a tiny dribble coming out the drain.
That tends to be how it is, if I'm honest.
It's not running smoothly.
Yeah, so you have a little bit of water coming out like that, pump up the pneumatic cleaner. I did that 4 times over the area, pull the trigger, let go, clear.
And the thing is, it's that pressure that gets it going, and then the water flushes out.
You've got to have the water, so make sure your bath's filled up, make sure your sink's filled up, make sure the shower tray's filled up, because you're having to push the water around to clear it.
So what happens is the compressed air goes in, it sort of turns the water, scours it round. In fact, if you're in the professional business, it's called pipe scouring. And they put in compressed air, and the water goes round and it scours the walls of the pipe. So it cleans the drains a bit on the way. And this is all for $13.46. Now, you only need to go and buy a couple of... Sorry, $13.68. You only need to go and buy a couple of those compressed air cans and find that it hasn't worked, to think, well, I've already spent that sort of money and it hasn't worked. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times. You can do it 10 times. In fact, you can keep it for years and have it always at the ready. And you've got 2 easy payments available. The attachments mean that you've got different types of drains and you can cater for them all.
Absolutely. So the main thing I would say is the toilet. You know, you put too much tissue down there, whatever it may be, you flush it, and the toilet fills up with bits of tissue everywhere. What you can do with this is put it straight onto the toilet, pull the trigger, clear that toilet out.
The alternative is going down and taking out.
It is, or even an old plunger. You know, like you used to see
big enough for the
They're
toilet.
never big enough,
No.
and you don't really see them that much anymore.
No,
you always
you
used to
don't.
see them in the hardware shops everywhere. I suppose there's not as many hardware shops now, but same sort of principle. You're plunging it like that. This does it all for you. You get more compression out of this, if I'm honest.
If you forget that you pumped it up, and you pump it up a bit more, and can you ever kind of blow up the kind of valve or anything?
No, I mean, unless you really... I mean,
OK, you're quite strong. All right, so that's fine.
So that's it. So you get more power,
Yeah.
more pressure, but you don't really need to do it. I mean, I would say that's enough.
But always have water in the sink to force the water.
100%. If I tried to do that without any water there, it wouldn't work at all.
Because
there's
not
enough.
enough.
It wouldn't do it at all. So same thing again. Let's just quickly show you again if we can. Into there. Let's create a blockage. Could be hair, could be bits of food, could be bits of toothpaste. Even if you're watching this now and it's not blocked, but yet it's running really slowly, let's say. When you pulling the plug on the shower or the bath or something like that, when you do it, it's not coming, it's not draining as fast as you'd like it to.
Yeah.
Then it's starting to block. So get it cleared now while you can.
I got a big toolkit of emergency plumbing equipment because I had to call out an emergency plumber once because we had a blocked toilet and there was a party happening. Everyone was coming round. It always happens at the worst time. That was 30 years ago and it was £90 for the call-out. OK? I got some kit and I haven't had to call an emergency plumber since. So you fill the sink with water, it's not draining away. You get your pneumatic drain unblocker
straight over it like so. Push down firmly to create the seal, pull the trigger, remove it, and that's it.
And it's all coming
cleared.
out.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
Really, really easy. Anybody can do it. This is one of those tools that you should just keep in the house because once you've got one of them, it's going to last a lifetime.
Well, everyone's going to want to borrow it. And, and the plumbers carry this sort of device because they think, well, OK, I can get rodding pipes out, I can get snaking kind of things, I can get all sorts of kit out. They'll try this first, and if it clears it, they'll say, thank you, there's the bill for 90 quid or £100 or whatever it is, and I've cleared the drain. Do it yourself. We like that. If you'd like to do it yourself, then all you need to do is tap the app, go to the website, you can place your orders. We guarantee that you'll like it. You may not have an application to use it immediately, but when you have one, you're going to be ever so glad that you've got it in that tool drawer and that you saved money on it. And there's nothing to replace. There's no batteries. There's no refills. You just use what you got and make it work.